My name is Ana Lucia, and today I'm here to talk about how to start writing. Now, I know that many of you want to write, but don't actually know how to start writing. So, here's a piece of advice that I would like to give you. First of all, have a clear set of mind about what you want to write about, and make a draft on the characters you want to include. Make a full description of them, the story you want to tell. Make a full description of that, and then work on that. Another very important thing I would like to give you as a piece of advice is, if you want to write and that's what you want to do in your life, then it's very important that you don't stay in your house alone and isolate yourself from the world. Instead, what I recommend is that you go out, take a walk, and observe the world around you. And maybe start a kind of journal or a diary, just writing about that. Writing anything that comes to your mind. And then go over those notes and use them to start writing a story on that, and explore your imagination based on what you observe in your daily surroundings. And another thing is, if you say, like, for instance, that you want to write a novel, well, first things is, novels take quite a long time and need a lot of work. So what I recommend is, before starting to write a novel, which takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort, is that you start writing short stories. Maybe later on you can expand those short stories and turn them into novels. And another thing I would like to recommend is the kind of language we use in writing. It's very difficult to read these extremely long, exhausting long sentences, and sometimes a lot of information gets lost in that. I mean, you might know as a reader, it might take you a long time to understand what is actually meant in such a long sentence. So my advice is to try to use a more simple language with shorter sentences, which are more concise, and so that the reading is easier. And well, that's what I would give you as a piece of advice as a startup. I'm not an expert. I just talk to you about my own experiences, as I also aspire to be a writer and I'm a poet in the making. So I hope this was helpful, and also indulge with other readers, and don't just write for yourself and don't share it with the world, because that is not any use of anything. So write. You can have an audience in mind, but write just because you want to express something to the world and share something. Writing is an art. So take up writing as an art. Be patient. Don't fuss too much. And as I said before, the journaling part is very good because it can actually help you build up, interact with other people who are also trying to be writers or are writers already. And there are lots of sites on the internet which you can use to share your work and get readership. There is Wattpad, for instance, there is Inkit, and there are a few others which I will mention in further videos, as well as I will share some of my own works and some of the works from other writers, which I hope serve as an encouragement. And another thing which is important, which I mentioned before, is that you get rid of that self-doubt. Don't believe things like, oh, my writing is not good enough. I will never be as good as A or as X. Forget about that. Forget about that. And focus on growing and improving yourself and accepting constructive criticism. I mean, it's normal that we might find a lot of negative criticism, but try to avoid focusing on that and instead look into that negative criticism and see what in those parts you can use to make it into a positive criticism. So you can grow on that and explore yourself further in that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Down below, make sure you hit that subscription button, and I will share my Instagram site so you can have a look at my works, and also a Facebook site which I've created called Let's Write, where I invite all aspiring writers and people who want to improve their writing from all over the world to take part in, share it, and like it. So, I hope you like this. Thank you for watching and see you next time.